the word about last Sunday just really needs to get out. And I don't know how many people on this call were at conference, but
because you were a delegate, weren't you?
I was a delegate, yeah, Shipley CLP. I'd spoken on stage on the Saturday about to support one of the CLP proposed rule changes, which actually got through. It was the only one that got through. It was to allow CLPs to choose their own candidate in even in snap elections. So that was brilliant, but all of the others fell, which was pretty gutting, and all the NEC ones got through. But Sunday afternoon came, and I just want people to know really that among all of the other terrible things that we've heard and that I absolutely agree with, and I'm in the process of writing a blog about it all, but you know, the terrible way that disabled and trans members were treated, disabled, the terrible way that the Northwest was completely ignored, the sinister behaviour of regional officers, the appalling chairing with the exception of Yasmin. You know, Margaret Beckett was terrible, Gorinda was terrible, the guy from Unison, can't remember his name, Steve Ferguson, terrible. But the worst moment for me was Sunday afternoon, and we were introduced to the NEC rule changes, and then Ruth Smith came on, and what she basically said to conference hall was, you cannot call yourselves anti-racists if you vote against this rule change, the EHRC rule change. And we sat there in stunned silence. I mean, I'm crying again now, because to be told that is the most appalling thing, because you can see that that rule change has nothing to do with dealing with anti-Semitism or racism. It's all to do with concentrating the power of the entire disciplinary procedure in the hands of one undemocratically elected person. But we had this diatribe from Ruth Smith and then Margaret Hodge, and we sat there and barely any delegates dared to speak against it. I mean, I wanted to, but as I said, because I'd spoken the day before and the next day I was due to propose an emergency motion, I didn't dare, because they'd been saying you can only speak once. And I thought, what's going to happen if I go up? You know, am I going to be, I don't know, am I going to have some kind of, you just didn't know, because everything just made you feel terrified. So I didn't speak. I was willing somebody else to speak. I was willing somebody to get up and say, just to call out the absolute lies of it. And they didn't. And I think, you know, I sat with a group of delegates from various Yorkshire and Humber CLPs, and we sat there shocked, in tears, you know, to have somebody utter those words, you know, to tell you you cannot be an anti-racist and vote against something, and you know you're being gaslighted and manipulated in the most cynical, despicable way, was probably my lowest moment in the party, I think. And I just want the word to get out. I mean, we've got that rule change now, and it's an appalling one. It will do nothing to protect people, and it will do everything to allow more witch hunting, and we're powerless, really. I don't know how we come back from it, but I just want people to understand the implications and the awful way that we were abused, really. Sorry, that made me very emotional.